United States, the northern hemisphere of the United States, and collectively the United States is having to deal with our own family karma, because the United States was born July 4th, 1776, which puts us in Cancer Sun. So we're really being influenced by this Cancer flow. And again, matters of safety, security, food resources, the basics of how we want to live, right? So this is being brought up for a big focus. With Mars, our action planet in Virgo, it's about cleaning up our act, cleaning up our environments, cleaning up our water, our air. We're really feeling the urge, the push to do things differently, but almost going back to like how our ancestor did it, but the ancestors of Tartaria, the ancestors that exist that had higher technologies back in the day. And so we're starting to discover that our past had more technologies than our present. It's guiding us towards our future. So this is also what I'm seeing with Pluto and Aquarius, especially getting ready to oppose the moon. So let's look at the opposition energy as the moon ingresses into. So we see that not only is the moon going to be ingressing into Leo on the 27th, it looks like it's at 8:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you're going to notice a shift in energy, especially in the emotional realms, because every time the moon ingresses into a different sign, you're going to feel that emotional vibration of what the sign that the moon is in. With the moon ingressing into Leo, it's about creativity. It's about the heart of the child. It's going to be transiting, if you have Aries on the ascendant, the 5th house. It rules 5th house matters. So, and that day also, Mercury, how we think, ingresses into Leo as well. So we've got the moon to Mercury in Leo. So thoughts are going to be about creations, our creativity, the heart of the child, playfulness. Again, in the northern hemisphere here in the United States, it's beginning the summer months. So a lot of children are out of school during this time. So this is a need to connect to the inner child, playing outside, being with family. Again, while it's in Cancer, it's expanding family matters. So you're going to be probably engaging with family more, being outdoors, wanting to have more fun, more play. And but the challenge, I would say, or the opportunity with it being opposite of Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto is about our power and Aquarius is about our friend groups. Leo is about the individuated self. If you look at the bowl here, this horizontal plane, the signs that are on the bottom, right, starting with Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and then Virgo has to do with the inner self, the inner body, right, the individuated self. And then as you cross the access point here with Libra and go all the way up to Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and finally Pisces, that has to do with your friendship groups, right? The opposite of your own individuated inner realm. The top bowl of the astrology would be considered the outer realm, right? So the inner realm would be you, your own individuated needs and more of your inner state. And the outer upper realm here, again, the signs with the planets that have the outward spiral that's further out, which are called transpersonal planets, that's where you have relationship with the other, right? Just so you understand that everything is about collaboration and connection, even if there's opposition energy. The opposing forces are showing where we need to balance out if there is a challenge between, and I'm saying there might be some challenging situations because, again, how we think is going into Leo. Every sign has a positive and a negative configuration. The positive of Leo, again, is creativity. It's thoughts of how you want to express yourself, right? So you've been looking to start that DIY project, or you want to put yourself live here, right? Whatever makes you feel good, that makes you feel the most alive and creative. Because again, it's going to be sextiling Saturn and Neptune, or not sextiling, I'm sorry, trining, which is another harmonious aspect. So you're going to be given the structure, you're going to be given the dreams and the wishes and the psychic energy to put these dreams into action. Because with Cancer right now, Cancer is a cardinal water. Cardinal likes to take action and likes to begin projects, likes to begin situations in your life. This new moon energy, it's a double beginning point because it's really going to be pointing to you towards where your abundance is tied into your sense of safety and how you create, right? And I'm even seeing some of us that are looking into creating new homes, even like we're looking at new substances to create new home structures. So what I'm thinking about is, for example, hempcrete, right? People are starting to look to, they want a more secure home base. They don't want mold, they don't want insects. We're looking at fireproof, we're looking at tornado proof, weather resistant, because of all the earth changes that are happening, especially since we're at the final anaretic degree of Uranus and Taurus. It's only going to be getting more intense with the airwaves as Uranus goes into Gemini. We'll be talking more about that because it happens July 7th. So I'll do another energy update about that because that's going to be affecting all of us for the next 7 years. Uranus has been in Taurus for 7 years. So think back to where you were 7 years ago, 2018, how your life shifted. Maybe new beginnings or endings started for you at that time period. And you also might want to look to see where Uranus was transiting your chart to see where that might be impacting you. And again, you want to see where Gemini is in your own individuated chart. If you want help or support with that, you guys can reach out and I can send you a PDF, free PDF of your birth chart. And I have a free book, 101 ebook to offer you if you guys want to study the symbols or learn more about the Western astrology. I'd love to offer that to you. But going back to this Uranus transit, it's going to be ingressing into Gemini. So we're starting to really get clear for the next 7-8 year cycle, especially with the Jupiter in Cancer starting. It's Jupiter goes through each sign for every 12 months. So Jupiter will be in Cancer till June of 2026, and then it'll be ingressing into Leo. So we have now the next 12-month cycle to really, again, be using our creative life force energy on matters of health and creation, how we live in our environments, our home base. Again, this might be just denoting new actual physical structure. This is Saturn and Aries. Again, dome homes, right? Houses that are more sustainable, that, again, we're looking at what makes us feel safe, right? So we want substances that are not only good for the environment, good for the earth, which is very much Virgo, but it's also about what's going to keep us safe. So in matters of, say, fresh air, air purification system, looking at something like hempcrete that doesn't allow mold to grow, that it's fireproof and it's waterproof if the shape is done correctly. Again, we always also look to Saturn as the shape, the structure of things. With Aries, we need new structures. We need new buildings. We need new, like almost, I would say, Faraday cages, because of all the frequencies on this planet that have been bombarding the planet. It's only going to be expanding when Uranus goes into Gemini, which has to deal with the airwaves, with communication, with technology. What I'm seeing very clearly is that we need new home-based structures that protect us from these electromagnetic frequencies outside of us, through our electronics, through our routers, or everything that's around us that's emitting a frequency. We're starting to see how it's really affecting the body. It's affecting our mental constructs. It's affecting how we think, how we behave, right? So we're getting very clear that the energy we don't see is just as powerful, if not more powerful, than the energy that we do see. And how I relate to that is the breath. You can't see the breath, but you can feel it, and you need it to live. So what other energies exist out in this realm that is very powerful and potent that we just haven't been able to see or connect to because it's in